This is a typical balcony road in Santa Cruz de la Palma, Gran Canaria. This is a Spanish territory of Spain, of the African coast. It's in the African continent. And it's just like New Orleans, the Spanish Quarter or French Quarter of New Orleans. Some places in Tampa, Florida, San Agustin, Florida, the oldest city in the United States, or I should say in the continent, in the North American continent, because in the United States it should be older cities like San Juan, Puerto Rico. And you see this in Havana, you see this in San Juan, Old San Juan, in all the Caribbean, and also in some places in the Pacific. Like the Philippine Islands. If you notice, some of the balconies are closed to the weather. And I'm going to show you here in a second the reason why. It is a very hot climate, high temperatures in the summertime, and very cold in the wintertime. And we also get the sun from the Sahara, from the African Sahara or Spanish Sahara. So all that is close to the weather. These houses are built. Most of the houses are built on the end of the 17th century. I mean, I should say it's 1700s. You know, late 1700s, early 1800s. Today they are apartments. The people live in it actually. And this is the malecon of the island, just like the one built by the United States in Havana, and the one built in Galveston, Texas. Many of these constructions are from the same time in Galveston. Of course, many of those are destroyed by hurricanes, but you can still see the architecture in Galveston. In the city of El Lago, Texas, we have a old history around that area. That area was populated first by the native, the Mexicales, the Aztecas, and the very first Europeans that came through the area, the Galveston area, in El Lago, Texas, Kima, old southern Houston, was De Soto, Cabeza de Vaca. All these fellows came through here, through this very island, before they head to the Americas. Christopher Columbus left this island also. Behind on the new quarters, you have modern buildings, all made out of concrete, just the same in the Caribbean, like Puerto Rico. They flat on the top to prevent, collapse from the hurricanes and bad weather. Cabeza de Vaca was in the El Lago area, or Kima, or Houston area, for over 10 years. He finally escaped, and the native, and walk all the way to Mexico City. Was today Mexico City, back then was the Tuxtlan, and finally caught a caravel back to Europe. Cabeza de Vaca was named by the Roman emperor. Cabeza de Vaca means cow head because his family helped the Romans fight the Carthaginians on the Punic Wars. This is before Christ, and to this day, the family continue to use that very last name, Cabeza de Vaca. So yes, Cabeza de Vaca went and walk and live in the Galveston area. Mr. Galveston is actually no Galveston, it's Con Galv. It's Catalan, it's from the Catalonian region of the Iberia Peninsula. I don't know if you can see on the horizon, you see Tenerife, the island of Tenerife. And I believe that island, I'm not quite sure, is Lancelot. But I'm not quite sure the name of it. But it's way out there in the horizon. They have ferries and airplane flights. This very sandy beach is called El Malecón Beach, or Playa Malecón, and it's named after this very malecón. It's a man-made beach actually, but it's very inviting, very inviting. Come and visit. You guys, you need to come and visit this place. My grandmother, or I should say my great-mother was born in this very island. She was a native of La Palma. She came to the Americans in 1902. And this is the Avenida Maritima, the name of the street. And that is on uva caletas. Those produce some grapes. They very sweet when they ripe, but they're very sour when they're not. But they delicious. I remember back in my childhood, eat quite a lot of them. Well, from the Canaria Islands, a beautiful place, and I hope you come and see it one day. Goodbye.